spontaneous aggression. Have you been in the Skinner box with any of our male pups? Sabrina has an experience in there when the dog's not getting, hey, no, I did my thing and I'm supposed to be paid for this, and it doesn't get paid because in your mind that's not the criteria that you wanted. You can get spontaneous reactions, right? And for Malinois, sometimes that spontaneous reaction is, oh, I'm gonna put my belt on you. Hello folks, Mike here with Grassroots K9, and today, we're gonna do something different. I'm gonna let you guys get a sneak peek into one of our lecture sessions with our apprentice trainers. And the session today is focused on the power of marker training, as well as free shaping behaviors. So stay tuned after this, and we have some pretty fun games that we play. So we'll get right to it. All right, there's two parts to this. We're gonna get into the trainer's game, but before that, we gotta make sure that we have really good timing with our clickers. So something that we do for like a warm up for our trainers, I'll do it, is we play clicker catch. And I'm gonna explain it, but it's best if you just see it. So we have a couple clips of us playing that. Pretty much two people are playing catch with the ball, and the other person's job is to click the moment that the ball lands in either of their hands. So it sounds pretty basic and pretty simple, but we get tricky because we start lobbing the ball and sometimes throwing it straight at that person. So there's a lot of variation. So we have to be really on point, and it actually shows a lot of times how our timing can be really off, even using a clicker. All right, so without further ado, here's the clicker catch game. Oh. All right, before we can get to the actual thick of it, first I have to explain what the game is and a little bit about free shaping. So free shaping is a type of learning that is self-discovery. The dog kind of stumbles upon what we want them to learn, or the animal stumbles upon what we want them to learn. So the game that we play with our trainers is we get one of our trainers to role play as a dog. They leave the room. The other trainers are the dog trainer. There's one specifically that has their marker, their clicker, and we free shape a behavior. We come up with a criteria for a behavior, and then that trainer comes in. We don't tell them anything. We don't lure them. We just say, hey, this is the area that's in play. Figure out what we want you to do. And we use our clicker to communicate with that trainer when they're on the right path. So we also follow using successive approximation. So what that is that, hey, we might not get the full behavior in one go because we pick some complex behaviors, but when they do something that is a part of the puzzle piece to that behavior, or they're stepping closer to that behavior, we'll click and let them know. It's kind of like that hot and cold game we used to play as kids. So let's just get right to it, and we're gonna play the trainer's game. All right, so we're gonna play the trainer's game. I'll explain to you guys in a separate clip what that is. And here are our trainers. Our dog is outside right now, and we're gonna free shape some behavior. So you wanna tell them what the behavior is? Yep, so we want Jenny to come in and stand up all of the animals on the table. And that's our desired position. So we're gonna go get Jenny, and we'll see how it goes. Come on in, puppy. All right, so this is the only talking we're going to give you. Your Skinner box is the table. Have fun.
Where's the food? Your dog is losing.
I'm not gonna touch this because Allie's gonna get mad at me. I don't think you guys would choose that. Maybe Mikey.
She's now peeing on our Skinner box.
I'm a dog.
She had some self-discovery, right? As soon as she took one of them and then sat it up and you clicked, she's like, wait a minute. Click, wait a minute, click, and then much easier, obviously, for the rest of them. It wasn't like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna restart with every single animal that's on here, right? So we wait, as soon as she touches, yeah, that's of interest, it's the harder bolder game, right? Click, 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 and set it up. Sounds good. All right, who's gonna be our next dog? Come on in, puppy.
Sit.
All right, so the table is not in play for you.
Okay.
What's in play is everything in between these tables, right?
Okay.
See some spontaneous aggressions.
Some redirecting, self-rewarding, getting bored.
Some handler influence there.
Michelle had high hopes.
Yeah, I'm feeling like.
I'd return the dog if I were you.
Yeah, I would too. Put it down. Just get rid of it. Genetically not there. I don't know. Maybe too much. This is all I know what to do. I don't know what's happening.
Learned helplessness.
Yeah. Just shutting down. Going flat.
Well, Taylor, giving up is not an option, so.
Clearly.
What is the dog just?
Putting my hand up.
Once you learn this behavior, it's going to last with you for the rest of your life. Self-discovery.
Can't have any hints.
The clicker is your hand.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna start doing more stuff.
How we set it up. We wanted this to be easier for our puppy, our poor little puppy that we use so much. We would only put the right options here to begin with, right? We would get rid of all these other boxes. We would put one dinosaur in here, and it's the box, the dinosaur, and the pool. It would be much easier for you to solve that problem then, right? Yeah. So it's something we have to be aware of when we're setting up the things for our dogs, is that we don't overcomplicate it early on. If it's super complicated, the dogs get to, she was almost at learned helplessness, right? She's almost like, I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna quit. Or, depending on the dog, sometimes that can increase that spontaneous frustration and spontaneous aggression. Have you been in the Skinner box with any of our male pups? Sabrina has an experience in there when the dog's not getting, hey, no, I did my thing and I'm supposed to be paid for this, and it doesn't get paid because in your mind that's not the criteria that you wanted. You can get spontaneous reactions, right? And for Malinois, sometimes that spontaneous reaction is, oh, I'm gonna put my belt on you. Make sense?
Yes.
So don't overcomplicate it from the beginning. Make it super easy and simple, where we can just, look, they have successes. As we ingrain the behavior of sit your fucking ass on this thing and pick this up, then we're gonna say, all right, I'm gonna put maybe 5 dinosaurs in here. Right? They're all gonna be the same dinosaur, but you just have to pick one up. Then I say, oh, okay, now I'm gonna make it tricky. I'm gonna put 5 dinosaurs of different colors in here. And I want you to pick up the specific color dinosaur that I put in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.